Welcome everybody to my top 10 tips and tricks in Naraka Bladepoint. This is going to help you guys get more wins out there. First up at number 10, you got to use your blocks, counters, and dodges. This is a battle royale game, and it's got a different take on the genre. I like that there's actually a chance for survival if someone sees you before you see them. You can fight back. Like I said, use these blocks, counters, and dodges to get the upper hand. You might get snuck up on, as you saw I did, but if you know how to block and counter, then you can, turn the tables on these guys out here. Look at this. See, he gets the upper hand on me there, but I was really blocking left and right. I got some hits in on him, and it looked like even though I didn't get a whole lot of counters that were connecting, I got a little block there, but I was doing some preemptive blocking as well, which made him think twice about throwing those attacks my way. So, I mean, it works whichever way you want to use them. And I love that there's more to this battle royale than a whole lot of others in the genre. So that's what you got to do out here, guys. There's dodges you can roll out the way. You can like I said, counter and block as well. I think they'll drop their weaponry if you counter the attack right. So it's real cool. I love it, man. This game is sweet. It's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. If you've ever seen that mixed with Battle Royale, it's awesome, man. It's just so much fun to play. A whole lot of fun maneuvers that you can do. And now that brings us to number 9. You got to also upgrade your Soul Jade buffs. They're called Soul Jades, and basically this will give you extra health percentages, extra attack percentages, and just give you a little bit of an edge on your opponents. You need all the edges that you can get to get one up on your opponents here. So in combination with all these things, you got your weapon tiers as well. We'll get to those later, but also behind that, behind your health, behind your armor and all that are these upgrades, these buffs as I like to call them. So you can pick them up. There's different tiers on these. There's blue, which is the lowest tier. There's purple. There's also gold as well, which is the best. So as you can see in the replay here, there's health Soul Jades, there's attack Soul Jades, and just keep upgrading those, and you can get bigger bags to fit more of them up in you wherever they're going. I don't know really where he's storing them. Hopefully in the bag and not somewhere else that we can't see. But anyway, you want to have those going. These are things that some players might not be able to find, and they won't have the upper hand on you, or they might not be paying attention. Like I said, you need every edge on your opponent that you can get. So don't forget about these little guys in your bag there, in your pouch, and what have you. Really get them going there. So this is going to help get you a W. There's a whole lot coming up here, but this is one thing for sure that'll give you the upper hand. I got these things going here, and they work in conjunction with one another, and before you know it, you're unstoppable. You're getting invincibles out here like I did right there. Now, I do have to admit right here that there's a lot of bot action in this game. I have noticed there are some bots, but as you can see, you can tell by some of the gamer tags whether they're bots or they're actual people. In this particular game mode, it's harder to tell because they don't put a little X next to the name for Xbox, I believe. But anywho, at number 8, we have Get Higher Tier Loot. I started to mention it before. Now, you can see here with this great sword, that is a purple. That's better than blue. You're going to want to stick to the higher tier loot. It's going to give you that advantage. So I decided, before I go into battle, let me grab this higher tier greatsword and just start slashing wherever I can get to these guys here. This thing's got some nice reach on it, this purple greatsword. Now, purples are a lot more common than the gold. If you see a gold, make sure you jump on that right away. And it really helped out in this situation. If I would have went in with my weaker weapons, an opponent could have had a better color, and he could have got the upper hand. Now, if you use your dodges, your blocks, and everything, like I mentioned before, that'll help you counter some of these guys that have better weapons than you do. So it ain't, it ain't just left up to just having this higher tier loot. This is just one of the many things that you're going to want to add to your arsenal to give yourself a better chance. With the Soul Jades as well. It's just, you know, it's going to increase your chances of survival and getting that upper hand. So you don't want to leave out any of these things. It's not going to come down to just one of these in the top 10 list that's going to get it done. No, there's 7 more to go, and you're going to want to pay attention closely to all of them. Now at number 7, you also need to repair your weaponry. Now I'm up here, I got a ranged weapon, and I can just keep repairing this thing. Every shot I take, this weapon takes damage, so you're going to have a lot of repairing, and you need weapon repair kits to be able to repair your weapon. So you want to keep looting, making sure you're getting your repair kits stocked up so you can repair your weapons. And look at this, I'll just sit up here all day shooting and repairing this thing, and they're not even going to touch me at long range here. I love it. So as you can see, I'm just picking them off as long as I got repair kits. So don't forget to keep your weapons repaired, because if I wasn't at long range and these guys were up in my grill, I would have a real bad situation on my hands, because I don't have the luxury in a lot of other cases to sit back and do repairing. But up on this roof here, you know, I can repair all day, so keep that in mind. Make sure when you do repair, you're safe and you're not going to get attacked while you're repairing, and they will get the jump on you that way, and that will not be good. So make sure you repair like I'm doing here at a safe distance. Now, like I'm saying, man, these things break down quick, so you're going to be doing a lot of repairing. This ain't like, I don't know, Fallout 76, where it takes a long time for your weapons to break down before they need to be repaired. No, this is, look, every shot I'm taking, look how much on the lower right there it's taking off. Pretty much once you finish a clip there, your weapon is broken and you can't use it no more. So you got to repair constantly. So you got to be, you know, prepared for that. Like in the other tip I gave you, having this higher tier loot will only get you so far. If you can't repair it and you can't use it, you're going to have to downgrade to your backup weapon if you don't have a repair kit, and you're going to be, you know, back to square one, and you're not going to be able to get that upper hand that you need to get the W's out here, guys. So make sure you do that. Now at number 6, you got to heal your health, not only your health but your armor as well. Make sure you're healing up. A lot of people probably forget this step. They think, you know what, I just want to hack and I want to slash and I don't even want to think about my health bar. But if you keep your eye on it, you'll see that you know, it drops pretty quick, this armor as well. So what you need is you pick up these little fruity looking pickups, and that'll give you more health. But first, if you have armor, it's going to take away from your armor first, and you need another lootable item to repair your armor. You can't just do it whenever you want to. No, you actually have to have the supplies to repair your armor. Some kind of armor powder, it's called, something like that. So you want to make sure you're constantly looting, picking up these supplies to be able to pull off these maneuvers here for survival. As you can see here, I'm getting ready to use my recovery here. That is going to give me some armor, and then once I'm done with that, look, my health is still low on that bottom left. I'm going to have to get that health back up and start eating some fruits out here as well. And just make sure, you know, it's safe to do so as well here. There's going to be a lot of downtime. Once you know, there's a lull in the action is when you're going to want to do your repairing and your health regenerating and your armor regenerating as well. So keep that in mind, to be safe while you're doing that out there. So you know, there's different levels of armor. There's also standard, no color. There's blue, that's a little bit stronger. Then there's a purple, and I believe it's rare. I don't think I've gotten one yet, but there's also the gold armor. So make sure that you are leveling those guys up and keeping your soul jades, giving you buffs on health too. Look at this move. Can I just point this out real quick in this replay? Grabbing these guys, I love the power up that I have here. I hold the X and the A, and then I turn into this giant dude, and I'm just snatching them up here. Not only did I snatch them up, but I threw them into their teammate to take damage as well. And then I snatched her up, and you know, I wiped all 3 of them out here. Look at this. Bada bang, bada boom. I'm invincible out here. Look at that. That was a player too, I do believe. Thank you very much. So that's how you do it, guys. Really Make sure you're healing up. I'm taking damage, I think, as a giant as well. I don't know. I need to run that back again, but I do know my health is low. I pop that power up there, whatever you want to call it, the ability, the giant ability. But you still need to heal up. It doesn't regenerate your health, nothing like that. That would be a nice little perk or something. But anyway, at number 5 now, we're halfway there. You got to stay close to your teammates. I love the grapple hook, and look how the teammate got up there. I was going to go join him up there on that perch and see if I can see what's going on, but I got attacked before I could do it. But luckily, they were close by so they could back me up, and we got the W, and we cleared them out eventually. But if you're wandering off on your own, you're going to get stuck and outnumbered, and you're not going to be able to get the win. So if you stay with your teammates, like I always say, strength in numbers. That's right. So, you know, that's just another way to increase your chances of winning this battle here. I'm playing trios. The more the merrier. This is 3 on 3, sometimes 3 on 6. Or, in other words, 3 versus 3 versus 3, and the next thing you know, you got 4 people you're trying to fight at one time. There's no way you can do it alone. You need some help from your friends here, so stay close to them. Look at this. See, I got dropped on my head. The guy dropped on my head here, and look how close she was there to be able to back me up. And even though he got the jump on me, I came out ahead. You know, if this was a real high tier player or something, there's no other way to, you know, really roll through these guys quicker than having your teammates by you. So make sure you can do that there. I know usually there's always a dude in trios that wants to go off on his own. And instead of me trying to be the line leader all the time, I just say, you know what? If you want to go, you know, off this direction so bad, okay, I'll follow you and I'll back you up. All right, I'll be the wingman. We can't have 3 different people all going in the direction they want to go in. You're all going to be splitting off in 3 different ways if that's the case. So sometimes you got to let someone take the lead because they're going to do it anyway. They're going to be off on their lonesome. So, you know, sometimes you got to be the wingman and be the backup man, and that's okay. That's how you get the win. So let these guys that like wandering off on their own, don't let them go off alone. Just back them up and kind of be their babysitter for a while if you need to. Next up now at number 4, use your grapple hook on enemies. It's good for traversal and it's good for getting across the map, but it's also good in an offensive sense as well. You can actually latch onto them and bring them closer to you so you can actually attack them. As you can see, the movement is very quick, very fast, and these guys can get away and slip away quick. So, you know, get over here, like Scorpion says, latch onto them and bring them into that attack range if you don't have a ranged weapon on you. As you can see here, it almost looks like I got a kill with the goddamn thing. Tried grappling onto him, he canceled that, but I still use that grapple a lot. You got to pick up grapple loot as well. You can't just grapple to your heart's desire. Look at that move right there. I went to grapple away from him as I'm swinging by him, jumped off of him, and then used that as an aerial attack. Latched on here, tried to get, you know, you can really use the grapple to get your spacing down. You know, you don't want to be too close to people sometimes, but you don't want to be too far away. A good way to get in that mid-range is to grapple over to it and then attack from there as well. And then I finished off a dude after this attack here. Let's see if we can see it on the replay. It looks like, unless it was an assist, look at this right here. I latch onto him and almost, I don't know, did I get him with my shoulder grappling through? I don't know. I got the kill without even really attacking. I don't know if you can get kills with the grapple hook, but I use them for attacking anyway. Now at number 3, save your abilities for desperate times. Alright, so here I am trying to be strategic, getting these range kills, and then I just end up getting swarmed by the enemy. Just really getting beat up here. I'm trying to counter, I'm trying to block. I need to work on that. You know, I'm doing my best out here. I'm still a noob. This is just dropping on Game Pass, so I got a lot of improvements to do. I ain't perfect, but I do know that you know, when I'm backed up against the wall here, I need to really pull out my big guns. I pop my whatever you want to call it here, my ability, and really use that for survival. I was getting my butt kicked there, but if I didn't have this ability here, I wouldn't have much of my arsenal to save my life here. So this really, I pull this out, you know, I save it for desperate times. Like my mom always says, desperate times call for desperate measures. And so that's what we got here, guys. Look at the replay. See, you know, I'm trying to be conservative, staying back here. You know, not conservative like the George W. Bush conservative. I ain't about that. But I'm talking about conserving my health by staying back and using my ranged attacks. This guy closes in the gap there like I was talking about. Good move there using that grapple hook. And he didn't latch on to me, though. You couldn't do that. I like that little counter there. That's another thing I didn't mention in the blocks, counters, and dodges tips is that little bell there. You can use that as a shield to block incoming attacks if you can time it right. You got to get that timing down, too. But anyway, look here. I'm low on health, and this just saved my life right here. Just when they're about to knock me out there, I get saved by the big dude and was able to fight them off here. See, now they're running, now they're scrambling away from me. Before I couldn't even breathe, they're all up in my grill. But now they are about to get grilled up on, you know, my barbecue here. As you can see there, I love that slam jam. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Took them down. I'm invincible out here. See, I went from being on a sliver of health, sliver, no armor probably, went from that to invincible in a split second. So really, you know, use that sparingly here. You don't want to just every encounter you get. I know it's fun to turn into the big Goro looking dude with all the arms and everything. It's fun, I know, but try to control yourself and really save it for when you need it. All right, use some self-control out here, guys, if you've got any. Yeah, I know you do. I know it's in you. You can be patient here and save that like you do there to get the win. Now at numero dos here, number 2, use a combo of ranged and close quarters weapons in your loadout. As you can see, I got the sword here for close quarters, but I was pulling out the ranged crossbow, and I use it in conjunction with one another. I like to soften them up from afar, and when they get close, as they normally like to do, then you can get them with your close quarters, swords, what have you. As you can see there, I sent one back and then pulled out the ranged weapon there to try to finish them off too. And we end up getting the win right here. Look at the player count there. I ain't lying to you. I got to cut some video out, or this video would be even longer. But this is a great way to really conserve your health with the ranged attacks. But if all you have is ranged attacks, whenever they swarm in on you, as you see they did before, you won't be equipped well enough to handle that. So one of each at least, guys, ranged and close quarters. So there's a good amount of different ranged weapons. There's cannons, there's muskets, pistols, crossbows, and then there's a whole range of close quarters weapons that are a whole lot of fun as well. There's daggers, spears, goddamn katanas, and those two swords, what are they called? I don't know. I'm still learning out here too, guys. But there's just a whole slew of fun weapons to use. And it's the best of both worlds. You get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So she tried, climbing back up here, wasn't successful, and I didn't have to go down there to get her. So now at number 1, this is what I think is the most important tip in the game, and that's choose your battles wisely. Now, what does that mean? That could mean a whole lot of different things, but the way I look at it is you got to really think about when there's a whole lot of chaotic action going on. Sometimes there's 3 teams, 4 teams all fighting each other. You got to really think, okay, where are my teammates? Where am I going to provide the best backup? Where am I not going to get, swarmed by 2 separate teams? You don't want to be off by your lonesome here. Even though we're all in the same general little area, there's all different type of little mini battles going on within this general area. So I'm seeing, okay, I got a teammate over there. Okay, maybe he's getting double teamed. Maybe I should go over there and even things up. We have a better chance of taking them out, and then I can go across the street there and focus on that other fight where maybe it's just 2 enemy teams fighting it. I don't have any teammates involved. You want to really make sure you're backing up your team or staying close to your team so they can back you up, like I mentioned before in a previous tip. So it all depends on what's going on, where your teammates are, and where you're going to be most useful and where you're going to be the safest too. So really think about that. Know where your teammates are and make sure you're backing them up and choosing your battles wisely, like I said, guys, because if you just go hacking and slashing in this game, it ain't going to work out for you. There's a whole lot you got to consider. Let's run through the list again. At number 10, use your blocks, counters, and dodges. Don't just be hacking and slashing. All offense ain't going to get it done. You need some defense too. At number 9, upgrade your soul jade buffs. Those are the little stone things you put in your pouch there to get more health, get more attack ability and everything. You need to get your higher tier loot. Make sure, I know you might have that blue musket that you like, but if you see a purple, you're gonna want that. At number 7, repair your weapons. You got to make sure you do that. You don't want to be left without no weaponry. Then what are you gonna do? Use your fist, and that's not gonna work for you. Number 6, heal your health and your armor. Don't forget about that. You need to be looting. You need to be looting those armor repairs and those health repairs. Number 5, stay close to your teammates so you can choose your battles wisely, back your team up, and they can back you up as well. And also so you can spot things for each other, and a stronger team is going to make it easier on you to get that win as well. Use your grapple hook on enemies, not just for traversal, not just for getting from point A to point B. Also use it in your fight as well. Now, save abilities for desperate times. At number 3, you're going to want to not use that willy-nilly. You're going to want to use that when you really need it. And if you use it all the time, you won't have it when you really need it. Number 2, use ranged and close quarters loadouts. You're going to want a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Soften them up from afar. Go in for the kill shot, close range. Number 1, choose your battles wisely. So anywho, that's my top 10 list there to help you get more W's in Naraka Bladepoint. It is just dropped on Game Pass, so we're going to have a lot of newbies out there. Hopefully this will help. And like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Until next time, this has been Rusty Pfluger. Rusty Pfluger, over and out.